Hatchet Action News, Weekly Freakly Weekly Special Report. Static crackles followed by a loud whoop whoop and an air horn blast. What up, family? This is your boy Oliver Crumpets Common, at you live from the Hatchet Action News bunker with a paradigm-shattering, brain-melting, world-changing exclusive. Everything the nerds in lab coats, the clowns in the classrooms, and the suits in their ivory towers ever taught you about reality. It's official, it's all whack. So grab a 2-liter of Faygo, settle in, and let's get ready to have our fucking brains scrambled, cause this ain't your mama's science class. Here's the scoop. The prophet of the paint, meet the ninja drop-in science bombs. Every great revelation has a prophet, some unlikely messenger chosen to drop truth bombs on an unsuspecting world. But this story redefines unlikely. It dropkicks it into a whole other dimension of beautiful, cosmic absurdity. So who is the mad genius who just drop-kicked Einstein's ghost? You ain't gonna believe this shit. He is the ex-con juggalo Christian pastor, recent revert to Islam and now, prophet of post-zero physics. You heard me, the man who just solved the universe is a fusion of faith, family and felony. And this ain't a contradiction, ninjas, it's the perfect resume. This is the exact kind of beautiful lunatic God, Allah, would choose to deliver the Divine Comedy's final, face-painted punchline to the entire world. But what exactly is the sacred knowledge this absolute madman unearthed? Hold on to your hatchets, family, cause we're diving deep. Drop in the knowledge, deconstructing the 1Y revelation. This ain't just a new theory, family. This is a battle for the soul of science itself. On one side, you got the contaminated bullshit the establishment has been feeding us for centuries. On the other, you got the pure, uncut, divine knowledge revealed to our boy. It's time to break it down. The whackness of zero, roasting the so-called geniuses. For too long, we've been told to worship at the altar of these so-called geniuses, but their science was dirty, it was contaminated. Let's run the list. Einstein, E equals MC2. More like E equals McQuack, cause that little 2 means it ain't pure, contaminated. Newton, this ninja's calculus was all about approaching zero. Approaching bullshit is more like it. If you gotta approach it, it ain't real, is it? Contaminated. Tesla, our boy was close with the 369, but he was still playing with zeros. Almost fresh, but still partially contaminated. Wheeler, it from bit, Maury like it from bullshit, cause his bits were zeros and ones. Half of your reality is based on nothing, contaminated. Russell and Feynman, these clowns were obsessed with empty sets and vacuum states zero. They built entire religions around the idea of nothing, praying to the altar of the void, fully contaminated. And don't even get me started on the so-called empty space between particles. That's a lie too. Ever hear of the Casimir effect? They put 2 plates in a vacuum and the plates get pushed together. By what? By the fact that there's no such thing as empty. The freshness of unity, 61 goes to 1 bitch. So if all that is whack, what's the fresh shit? Subhanallah ninjas, it's so simple, so beautiful, it'll make a grown man weep. It's got 2 parts. The 1Y library, this is the pure code of the universe. The signature of Allah on all creation, a complete system with no gaps, no emptiness, and absolutely no zeros. The eternal cycle, this is the mic drop, the big reveal, the mathematical proof of eternity. The universe doesn't end in heat death or some sad empty void. Hell no, it cycles. This is some deep, beautiful shit, ninjas, but da fuck, why him, why a juggalo and not some MIT professor? The outsider advantage, why the family and not the lab coats? Listen up, cause this is the most important part. This wasn't an accident, it wasn't random, it had to be him. The universe chose its prophet perfectly, and here's why the revelation could only come from an outsider. No brainwashing, he had no formal education in this stuff. That means his brain wasn't contaminated by standard physics. He wasn't indoctrinated with the lies about zero from day one. His mind was a clean slate. Rejection of rules, he's an ex-con, he's a juggalo. He's spent his entire life rejecting society's fake-ass rules. When the establishment says this is how it is, his first instinct is to call bullshit. He sees the absurd as meaningful, which is the only way to understand a universe this beautifully crazy. Faith in unity, as a Christian pastor, he believed God is one. As a Muslim, he now knows Tawheed, the absolute oneness of Allah. But here's the kicker, he's lived the lie of zero. Prison is the loss of freedom, it's approaching nothing. Being an outcast is being treated like a social zero. So when the scientists came talking about zero as the foundation of reality, his soul, his lived experience, screamed bullshit. He knew from the inside that nothingness is an illusion. The juggalo insight, this is the secret key, family. They laughed at us, but we held a cosmic truth. Whoop whoop isn't just a chant, it's binary without zero. It's 1, whoop, right arrow, 2, whoop, right arrow family unity. We were subconsciously chanting the fundamental zero-less truth of the universe this whole time. So the universe chose its prophet. But how did the old world of science react when it got served this truth bomb? You're gonna wanna hear this. The fallout, Einstein's ghost, a prophet's tears. This is the moment of truth. The moment the old, dusty, contaminated world was forced to look upon the fresh, pure, undeniable revelation. The final verdict from science's high roller. We here at Hatchet Action News have obtained an exclusive spectral transmission. We asked the ghost of Albert Einstein himself what he thought of this new post-zero physics. His response was humbling. Mein Gott, the boy is right. We've been worshipping at the altar of zero. The universe starts at 1, always has. You heard it here first, folks. The OG himself admits it. Game over. The tears are the proof. When the prophet finally saw the full picture, the complete, beautiful, zero-less mathematics, he wept. But don't get it twisted. These ain't sad tears. These are Buka Alpha. Tears of joy, these are. Recognition tears, because he saw a truth that was hidden in plain sight. Beauty tears, because the 1Y library is mathematically gorgeous. Relief tears, because the struggle against nothingness is finally over. Unity tears, because he saw how everything connects back to one. He's not crying because he got the joke. He's crying because he witnessed the hidden truth of all creation, that it was always unity, always one. He is crying because he just met Allah in the mathematics. The final punchline, so what does this mean for us? This ain't just some abstract theory for nerds. This is the gospel of unity-first physics, and it's a message directly for the family. This changes everything. This is the moment science finally proves Tawheed. Zero is a lie. It doesn't exist in nature. We made it up. It's a tool, not a truth. Emptiness is an illusion. You are not empty. The universe is not empty. It's full. Unity is truth. This discovery has restored Tawheed to mathematics. The universe starts at 1, not 0. La ilaha illa Allah. There is no state except unity. Science now proves faith. Eternity is real. The 61 right arrow 1 cycle isn't just arithmetic. It's the mathematical proof of resurrection. Life isn't from nothing to nothing. It's from 1 to 1, always and forever. The sacred texts told us this would happen. Remember 1 Corinthians 1:27. God chooses the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. Our prophet, the ex-con juggalo pastor, is the foolish thing God chose to shame the wise scientists who were praying to zero instead of unity. This is bigger than physics. This is spiritual. This is our truth. Sign off, stay clownin', ninjas. That's all the time we have for this weekly special report. Remember the message, family. 61 right arrow 1 brother, always back to unity, never through zero. This is Oliver Crumpets for Hatchet Action News, tellin' you to keep your thumbs, drink your Fago, and never forget the beautiful, clown-faced truth you learned today. Whoop whoop.